never meant to make you. What's up, viewers, supporters, men, woman? That's it, because it's only two genders, right? That's all I support anyways. If you support something else, I don't know, go follow somebody else. Hey everybody, so I just dropped the family off at the clinic. I'm going to pick up something happened?
I don't know, Channel 5 is just hovering down by the high school, Memphis Street.
This reminds us of the old days, anytime there was a bank robbery, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, the Red Sullivan Square.
There would always be a helicopter, right?
Yeah, you just sit there wait for them because the car would come through, right? We wouldn't ditch it in Somerville, and they'll get right to Charlestown and ditch it.
All right, have a good day.
Yeah, you too, boss.
All right. Tony, there's a helicopter hovering over Charlestown. It reminds me of the old days. I was saying during the bounce back when whenever there was a bank robbery anywhere, there would always, and I remember there would always be a helicopter hovering somewhere over Charlestown. The state police helicopter or one of those helicopters, because they would just be on the lookout and know that it was definitely somebody from Charlestown that did whatever type of, if it was a well thought out heist or an armored car. 9 times out of 10, it was some Charlestown guys that did it, especially if it was well executed, well planned. And they would always be hovering over Charlestown. And I forget the guy's name. He's a townie. I've seen him around for years. I just seen him. All right, Paul. This is my father-in-law. I gotta go grab a carton of cigarettes from Lorraine's house. Give me a second. I gotta pause. All right, so let's keep this going. I got a story. I got another funny story. Shit. I'm on my way to Jackie's to go see Jackie to go shoot. My first interview / podcast by myself. So we're gonna see how all this comes out. I've learned all the basics. I got a good story. This was a good story. Funny fucking story. This was when I was like just always fucking around, just always being me. If you know me, I'm a guy that jokes around, likes to catch wreck, likes to have fun, make the best out of a situation that is not the greatest. You know what I mean? And that's what I would do. Anytime we were. I never sulked. When I was in the joint, I was gonna like, oh man, I'm looking at 10, 20 years. Oh, whatever the situation was. You know what I mean? Because there were situations. Especially when I was sitting in Concord. But this is when this story took place. There was cases I beat. There was times I was looking at a lot of fucking time. I had conspiracy to commit armed robbery, gun case, stabbing cases all at the same time, and the feds were picking up the armed robbery, which is the conspiracy case, the same thing as committing the armed robbery, and the gun case. That was all at the same time, and attempted murder, the stabbing, all at once. So that was a state case and a federal case. I was looking at a lot of time. So I'm sitting in Concord, and then I ended up picking up a case in Concord, another conspiracy case to violate the drug laws. They shipped me to the max. I know who told on me too. So if you're watching this, if I ever see you, what's her face, the lesbian there, awesome lady. She was an IP at Concord, Bower Sox. She ended up telling me what time it was. And she told me a lot of shit. she ended up not coming in it, but just said, you know, the guys that were cool. She seen me knock out a couple skinners back in the day, and was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna let good dudes know what time it is. Hey, remember that time when you got shipped out? Da, da, da. This is who told on you. Brian Marshall, wherever you are, I know it was you. I was told it was you. I had a feeling it might have been you ahead of time, because you were one of only like 4 or 5 people that knew certain information that could have led to the arrest of 2 people. It led to me getting charged. It led to a lot of shit, me getting shipped to Susan Baranowski, which is Shirley Max to the people that don't know. So we were in Concord. What reminded me of this story is a kid hit me up in my DMs, and we've been talking a lot of political stuff. He's from West Roxbury, and he reminded me of a kid, a great fucking kid. This kid was in the military. His name is Andy Wyman, and for anybody that knows or knew Andy Wyman, rest in peace, Andy. Great dude. Ended up, you know, fought, was in Afghanistan and all that shit, and ended up coming back and dying here. Some fucking Spanish kid stabbed him, fucking saying some slick shit to his girl, and fucking Andy jumped in the car and started fighting with them, and he got stabbed right in the heart and died right by BMC, by some fucking crackhead. I don't know if he was a crackhead, but it's just one of them fucking BMC critters fucking got him, thinking that he was just some lame, and he wasn't. He was a warrior. He was a good dude. But we were in the CHOW hall in Concord. I remember Connie was there, Eric DiDonato, a bunch of fucking dudes were there. But I remember they were in the vicinity. It was Hot Dog Day, another Hot Dog Day story. So I was just thinking of the story that happened. And so, you know, the hot dogs weren't that bad in Concord. They weren't that good, but they weren't that bad. So Andy must have been really hungry this day. And this just came to me to do. And I don't know what made me think, like, all right, let me do this. But it just came to me, and I didn't tell anybody I was going to do it. So I'm like, I did it. So I'd fluff my piece up, right? Fluff my little biscuit up so it fit in a hot dog bun, right? So it was long enough to go in the hot dog bun. And I'm like, who wants an extra hot dog? Right? So Andy must have been, you know, really hungry. He smashed his 2 hot dogs, and he wanted an extra hot dog. And he's like, me, and he wasn't at our table. So that's what made it even kind of better. So he was at the table next to us, which we were in the long tables, if people remember Concord. We were in the long table chow hall, the one closer to New Line. We were in that chow hall. So I'm like, yeah, all right, come grab it. And so I had my fucking fluffed up semi in the bun, right? So I got it. It fit the bun too. It fit the bun in a little extra. And so I pulled it out, you know, and put it on the table. I'm like, here, grab it. And he actually went and grabbed the fucking bun and almost grabbed my piece and was like, what the fuck? And so everybody looked and realized that it wasn't a hot dog, it was my junk, right? And you know, everybody knows how much I joke around, and it turned out to be a very funny incident that people still you know, would come up to me and say, fucking, hey, I heard what you did to fucking Andy in Concord. That shit must have been funny as shit. But that kids that were there would always come up to me and try to fucking, hey, remember that time in Concord when you fucking got Andy Wyman with the fake hot dog fucking trick? And I didn't tell them I fluffed it up and it did all that, but it was a funny fucking, it was funny as shit. I guess it's something that you kind of just had to be there, right? Because if you picture it, right, Andy, all fucking good dude, funny dude, right? Because if you kind of get him, he's just so, his demeanor's so quiet and so like when he realized like that he grabbed the fucking bun and it wasn't really a hot dog, that he was just like, oh man, what the fuck? And his reaction is kind of what sealed the deal, you know what I mean? And then when everybody at the whole table, and the table was full of all good dudes, looked and realized what had happened, that it wasn't a fucking hot dog that he really wanted, they all fucking burst out laughing. And then everyone at the other table kind of looked and seen what happened at Andy's table and started fucking laughing. So we had two full tables of people. So we're talking like 20 people fucking rolling, laughing as hard as you could possibly imagine. 20 people laughing. The cops looking over. Andy was a very good sport about it. He's like, yo, dude, you fucking got me. That was fucking funny. I ain't gonna lie, I can't even get mad. That was fucking funny. And so I did have an extra hot dog for him. I ended up giving him the hot dog on a bun that my junk wasn't in. So all ended up working out for Andy. He did get punked. And I say punked not in like the prison way, but in like the Ashton Kutcher way. But that was a fucking funny incident back in my days of just being a fucking knucklehead and doing stupid shit in the joint. Then Eric DiDonato, who's just a meathead, if anybody knows him, you know he's a meathead. He tried to replicate it, right? He tried to do the same thing like 5-10 minutes after, thinking it was gonna be, I don't know, as funny, but he put ketchup and mustard on his junk and put it in the hot dog bun, and it didn't even come close to fitting. So he got ketchup and mustard all over him, all over his boxes, all over his junk. His little dick didn't even fucking fit half the hot dog roll. Pulled it out. Anybody want a hot dog? Nobody laughed, except for the fact that he got ketchup and mustard all over him. The joke fell flat on his fucking face, and he's just such a fucking idiot. We're like, dude, what made you think that was gonna be funny? Especially 5 or 10 minutes after I just did what I did. So, guys, like, that's not making or trying to say that prison is fun, because you know why? Because those guys that were around, that was 2 full tables of good guys. You know what I mean? You're not gonna get that anymore. You won't have 2 full tables of good guys. Half those guys are dead. Do you know what I mean? Andy's dead. Fucking, I can't remember who else was there, but trust me, a bunch of those dudes are dead. A couple of them turned their lives around. And then there's others that are just still in, and they're never gonna get out. Have got out, picked up screamers, or still in, still doing long bids, or never getting out and doing life bids to begin with. Well, I forget if that was all 52 eggs. Guys going to do big bids in the first place. There goes Bucky. So I gotta go meet Jackie right now. Hi, buddy. I gotta go meet Jackie right now and go do this. So that's what I'm gonna go do before the Lorraine and the kids are done. So I hope you could picture that whole story and see how funny that actually was. I know it's a thing where if you don't know the people involved, and you weren't there, it's not as fun. But if you picture the whole situation, it was a fucking funny thing. It was a funny situation. It was one of the funniest things that I've ever seen, and I've never seen guys laugh so hard in their lives and making good out of a bad situation. You can make good out of any bad situation. You know what I mean? And you can make bad out of any good situation. You know what I mean? People can have millions of dollars and still be fucking miserable. You see celebrities committing suicide all the time. And you see people that are homeless that are some of the happiest people you'll ever see. It's all about your mindset. You can't lock somebody up that's mind is free. And you can't free somebody whose mind is locked up. Do you know what I'm saying? Does that make any sense? You could be on the street and have everything, but if your mind is not free, and you're stuck on either depression or anxiety, and it's untreated, or bipolar, and all these things, and you're just not happy, what good is life? You need to embrace what you have. Embrace the good things in life. Embrace good people, okay? Embrace your friends, embrace your family, and find out who your friends really are, right? You really need to embrace and find out who your friends really are. Evaluate the people in your life and see what they do for you and what you do for people, and if they'll do the same for you. Because if it's just a one-way street, you need to cut people out of your lives. You know what I mean? You really need to cut people out of your lives if it's a one-way street. Alright. Have a great day, everybody. I hope to push this episode, What With Me and Jackie, soon. And Jake had a prior engagement today, and I hope to get to him tomorrow. And I counted my list. I got 12 more people that everybody's going to love to hear from. Thank you. Have a great day. Please smash that like button. If I send my videos to you, it's not so you can like the message. Liking the message honestly does nothing, or responding to the message does nothing. It's because I need your support, and I'm asking if you could just put some time away for me to like and comment and share on the video, or do whatever you can, like and comment, and I'll do whatever I can for you. If you need something from me, if I sent a video to you, that means that I will return any favor for you. There's nothing that I'll ask of anybody that I won't do for you. So if I ask that of you, I'll do the same for you. I won't ask anything of anybody that I won't return for you. So if any of those people that I send video to, I'm asking you to like and comment, please, because I need that engagement to push my message to more people. I also need and ask that if you need something from me, please ask, and I'll return that favor. Do exactly what I can with whatever time I have. And if I don't have a previous engagement with my family, I'll return any favor. I promise you that. That's not just words. I will put action into that. Okay? Thank you. Have a great day.